Joel from RCMaxxUK here. I've got something very exciting to show you. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands into it, my hands on it, and get this project started. I'm doing a hybrid build. Now, it is going to be on the RCMAX chassis, which is a new chassis that's just come out from RCMAX. It's not yet available. I'll show you some close-ups of it in a moment. But basically, it's a brand new chassis specifically for the hybrid. It comes in two pieces. So, unlike the Losi 5T chassis, where you have a rear section that's an addition like this that you can replace, it's one whole section is the rear and the main body of the chassis with a front part that bolts in there. So that is a replaceable part. But you'll see from the close-ups, it's absolutely stunning bit of workmanship here, as usual from RCMAX. And yeah, it's basically to enable you to build your own hybrid from a really nice starting point, which is this chassis, rather than doing a DIY hybrid, which is when people cut a standard Losi 5T chassis and bolt the rear of a Baja chassis to it, so making it a DIY, a do-it-yourself. So it's to enable people to be able to do that. Okay, now to explain to you what a hybrid actually is, it's nothing to do with hybrid power, as in electric, petrol power. It's nothing to do with that. In this case, hybrid is about the hybrid of two cars. So it's the hybrid of the HPI Baja and the Losi 5T. They're the two cars that you're making a hybrid of to make one platform, which is the hybrid platform. Now basically, it is the rear end of the Baja and the front end of a Losi 5T, and then you incorporate some of the parts from the Losi, such as the rear bumper, and you use the Losi 5T body and shell cage as well. So basically you kind of get the best bits from both cars. And of course you end up with, at the end of the project, you end up with a rear-wheel drive, I suppose, Losi 5T, but with the very durable drivetrain from the HPI Baja, and a drivetrain that you can upgrade with all sorts of upgrade parts to make it not bulletproof, nothing's bulletproof, but to make it very, very strong and enable you to reliably run high power motors like the crazy 80cc, 85cc, you know, the 71s and so on, more reliably than you could with a four-wheel drive Losi 5T platform. To give you a better understanding of what a hybrid is and what I'm trying to achieve and what the chassis is for, check out these couple of cars here, friends of mine's cars who've done DIY hybrids or hybrids of other types. You can understand what I'm talking about. just to give you a little run through, this is a HPI Baja that I bought. I haven't even run it yet. I did intend to run it before using it for this hybrid project, but I just haven't had the time. So this is the car that I'm initially going to use for my hybrid. Now, what I've done very quickly is I've taken the rear end off it. Now Bajas, if you're familiar with the platform, are light, they're fast for what they are, because you can have a relatively small engine in there, and because of the lightweight, it's quite good. Good drivetrain, and lots of upgrade parts, of course, for the platform. But the steering isn't to everyone's taste. I'm not a big fan of the steering, or the lack of steering. The kind of lack of a body, the look of it is not, I'm not a massive fan of it. I like the cage from the 5T, and especially when running a big power engine, I personally like the idea of a hybrid myself, so that's why I'm doing it. So you take the best bit of this, which is that solid rear wheel drive drivetrain, and take it out. So I have done that already with this. Basically that is what you want to keep. So the whole rear end, and in simple terms you basically bolt that onto the chassis, and then you take the front end of your 5T and bolt that onto the chassis. So you get rid of that bit. Oh, you come back in with this beast. That of course weighs a ton. Right. So this is my Losi 5T, upgraded, again RCmax chassis on there, and a lot of Pro-Am RCmax parts and stuff. So it weighs a ton though, to be fair. So it's a heavy car, 50cc big bore engine in it. This is my ALX Super 50. Now, I like the cage, the look, the front end, the steering, the solidity of the car, the strength of the front end, and the middle section of the car. Obviously I like it four-wheel drive as it is, but it is a heavy car. So what we're going to do is take the whole front of this, all the braces, obviously not the centre diff and all that, you don't need any of that, just the battery tray and the front end, and bolt it on to the RCmax chassis, the hybrid chassis. So we've got the rear end of the Baja. I'll take the front end of this and then use the cage, the rear bumper of course, and a few bits at the back to mount it, and you end up with your hybrid. And then the idea is, theoretically you've got a car that will pull monster wheelies, be fun rear wheel drive, a bit of drifting, the challenge of a Baja, but with a bit better steering, good front end durability, and the pros of the Losi 5T, the quality front end and parts you can run from that. So that's the idea. So I will be doing lots of videos basically showing you guys how I've built it. Initially the car is going to be a small bore car, so I'm going to be using that engine, that whole setup. It's going to be a relatively cheap build, lightweight, plastic parts by and large, on this chassis to show you guys what it's like. Just as I say, a small bore car. That is a 32 OBR reed case engine, so I'm going to be using that, and with a side pipe, which I love, the Torpedo Bartolome side pipe. We'll go from there. I'd love to get a big bore engine in it in the future. That will be the plan. Not sure on size or anything like that, but that's the whole plan of it. So look out for the videos. I'll try and do a kind of build series for you so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll show you what comes out of it at the end. Alright guys, so check this chassis out. Look, keep your eyes open for it on the RCMAX website. It's, as you'll see from the pictures that hopefully you've seen in the video, it's a stunning bit of kit. And I mean, for me, a chassis is the backbone of the car. It's where the car starts. So it's definitely worth having a nice chassis. It turns a car that was a standard car with maybe some trinkets on it, or just a standard car, put that chassis on it, and it makes it suddenly into a high quality feeling car. So it's well worth looking at this hybrid chassis, or the RCMAX Pro-Am standard chassis. I'm super excited to use this. As I say, it looks stunning. Hope you like the video. Hope you like the look of this. Keep following on, and we'll hopefully see together where we can get with it. Alright guys, so take it easy. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.